So this is the moment when the Achaeans are getting to leave Troy. They have one more chance to worship Achilles. All right, the narrative doesn't say that they're worshiping Achilles. They just love him so much that they throw themselves on the tomb to make physical contact and therefore mental contact. And the idea is that it's as if they were embracing, hugging Achilles. And so this is heroes in the heroic age showing us in the post-heroic age how even they are starting to worship Achilles, just the way we in the post-heroic age are worshiping Achilles, and we love him so much, and we show all this affection, we throw ourselves on his tomb, and they're already starting to do it, so they're already showing us how. Again, in prose, this is spelled out in such a way that we start getting nervous. This is getting very sentimental. Right. And how can you sentimentalize heroes like that? I thought only in various forms of extreme religious devotion that we know. That, is it only happening there? Well, no, it was already happening in the ancient world, and that's why I couldn't resist trying to find an example where this kind of thing happens to us. And I picked the example of George Harrison in the section that I entitled Paroxysms of Sentimentality in Worshipping Cult Heroes, because I think of George Harrison as basically an ordinary guy who became very extraordinary because of his musical gifts and his musical associations and just the star quality of being a Beatle. But there he is singing My Sweet Lord, and it makes us uncomfortable how sentimental it is and how devotional it is. And there's Krishna, who is in Indic thought systems a hero who eventually becomes a god and is nowadays worshipped as a god. But if you look at the earlier phases of Krishna's existence in stories, as studied by Kevin McGrath, you see that he's like other heroes, more like other gods. And then here he is, My Sweet Lord, and all this effusive devotion that is expressed in George Harrison's song. And you can see it on YouTube. It's not something that I'm exaggerating, and I really want to see you. I really want to be with you. And he says, I really want to see you. Well, that's like, I want an epiphany. That's what an epiphany really means. I want to see that epiphany. Right.
I'm thinking about the Beatles too, in terms of hair. I mean, they changed how young people wore their hair too, right?
That's so good. But even the idea of showing gratitude to Achilles, Kharis. When I went through the core vocabulary for the book version of the ancient Greek hero in 24 hours, I did include, among all the definitions for Kharis, which is so difficult to translate, the word gratitude, thinking of this one passage. But it's gratitude only because Achilles is already gracious. So the superior being has to make the first move, and then the inferior beings who are worshiping the superior being can be really grateful, but it's still Kharis in operation. It's a two-way street.